and looked for bittersweet. Do you guys remember some of the characteristics that we talked about that bittersweet has? Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It has seeds that drop and spread.
Yeah, what do they look like?
They're like little yellow, orange seeds.
Okay, did you want to add to that?
They're like berries and they're like little yellowish, reddish orange.
Okay.
Berries.
Yep, so we're looking for something with reddish orange berries, and they're seeds, so that's what helps the bittersweet grow. What other characteristics does the bittersweet have? Do you remember? Do you know what they call that? Do you remember what they call that? Toothed or jagged leaves. So we're looking for some round leaves that are jagged. And how do you remember how they go on the stem?
They go like different spots and not all.
So they're not all bunched together. They're going to go spot to spot.
That's all I know.
Now, some of you talked about why this plant is invasive. Who remembers what happens with these plants? Go ahead, Seamus.
Birds eat them and they can like go somewhere else and they can drop them.
And their poop, and that's how they grow. But what makes something invasive? Casey, can you add to that?
Sometimes people bring it in their house and they drop. If you just put them anywhere, they'll drop little seeds everywhere, and then they'll just spread and spread and spread everywhere.
Is that a problem, Cora?
I can say they're invasive because they're not from this part. They can be
So
from
they're
another
not
place.
native, right?
Yes.
So they're from away. So they're not native, but what makes them a problem?
They like when they spread, they like plant, and that's not good because they take over trees and other things.
So they take over other species and make it difficult for other species to grow places, right? So that's absolutely right. So we talked about management. What does that mean? To manage that. Oh, go ahead.
Manage it means to keep close eye on it.
Right. So why would we want to manage it?
To make sure it doesn't it's just the right amount and there's not too much of it, so it's overwhelming the native populations.
Right. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do the first step, and that is identifying it. So we need to see if we can find bittersweet on Long Island and see, what does it look like? Is it spreading? What's the big deal about bittersweet? A lot of people in town have been talking about bittersweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a few of you these identification sheets. It shows the leaves, it shows the beginning, but this isn't this time of year. We're going to find some berries that are this time of year, and you might also find some very big viney things, okay? And they're saying do not bring this in. So I'm going to give this to some of my older kids, and we're going to look around and see if we can find bittersweet. So actually, let's start here. This looks like it's growing everywhere. Bittersweet?
No.
How come?
Because they're growing out from different ones and then starting to pop.
Yeah, do you see any orange?
No. There's
So
also no leaves.
there's no leaves. So let's take a walk down this way and see if we can find anything here. Beach roses. So why is this not?
I see the little thing.
You see the red, but it's not popped. And do you see how they're all bunched up at the end?
That would be American bittersweet.
That might be.
I don't think it is. That's not. If it was American bittersweet, I think it might have.
Are you sure? All right. So let's take a closer look. Who can raise their hands and tell me what characteristics does it have that might make it bittersweet? Go ahead.
I see the jack. You can see all the tiny little jagged parts.
The jagged leaves. Go ahead. They popped. We talked about them popping. Oh, who's over in the corner there? JC. So the yellow, the orangish yellow things?
Yeah.
Okay. What also did we say? How did they grow? How do they grow? What are you seeing? What are you noticing? Okay. So hang on to that thought, Wolfie, because I'm going to ask Mabel here. How is it growing?
They're coming up like they're like
Spiraling? Okay.
like things.
Like a vine?
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things I think that, Wolfie, were you saying that the berries are not just at the top? They're like all the way down, where the American bittersweet has the berries on the top. So yeah, they're totally taking over these traps and actually going up the pole here. I know that your hands are cold. I know some of you are a bit cold, but I want you to take a moment to do an observation. Remember, when you're working in your observation journal, what kind of things do you want to put in there?
The color and words.
Details and words. So can you color it with your pencil?
No.
So you're going to do an arrow and you're going to write red or orange. Don't worry about spelling because these are notes for you. Write what kind of leaves, how they're placed on your plant, right? And then I also want you to tell me how they're growing. When you do an observation, we'll have the date, we'll have the weather. Oh, we have a little bit of a mackerel sky up there. We'll have the temperature. It's really cold out today, right? And also who lives around, what is around the area. So I'm going to pass these out. Let's see, Ariel. And I know that you are cold, so we're going to do the best we can.
Can I sit on that log?
You can sit wherever you can
Right
see. Kane. Can you pass that to Kane? So as soon as you get your, I'm going to put this here for your pencils. As soon as you get this, go ahead and find a spot. If you have a bottle, you can put it right there, a water bottle. I saw it, Emma, just a second ago. Yep. For Seamus.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. I love all these thank yous. Dakota. And Tom, I don't think you were here when we did this before. So I am going to...
Wait, come here.
So make sure you go to the next page in your book. Let me see if I can just see what your what the weather is. So right now it is 31 degrees. So just in the corner. You can write 31 degrees right here. Okay? And of course we'll do
go back some.
is 12-6-23. Did you need a pencil, sweetie?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. And then location, you can just write down front, and that's okay. You might even want to come over here. There's a good view of it right here. Look at this. I'm going to also take a picture
Where
of
are
it.
we?
I'd write down front, Long Island. Look at this. So that would be good. This is a good viewpoint.
Let's go. Sit like.
All right. So make sure that you put an arrow and write the colors. Okay? Did you guys get the date? Yep.
Why do I keep doing it to me?
Don't worry about the spelling and go ahead and start your sketching.
Wait, what's the date?
12.
Oh, I can't do this. It's too cold. Oh my god. I can't feel my fingers.
Can you guys
God.
see what you're doing? You have a good view of that? Oh, that actually is a great view. So one of the things I'm going to also do, and we'll catch this again, is I'm going to take some pictures so we can come down at a different time of year and we can compare the pictures, okay? Because sometimes just by pictures and your observations, you can see how fast it grows. Does anybody need help?
Does it count for me? Because I can't feel my fingers.
Just do the best you can.
Okay, sorry, Mom.
What do you need help with, sweetie?
My fingers are so cold.
Yep. Well, we're only going to stay here a few minutes and then we'll get on the bus and talk a little bit more and let your fingers warm up. How does that sound? And if there's any detail that you need to write, it is awfully cold today. Oh, wow. I like how you have yellow. Is there a little red in there, or would that be, should you write red?
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell red?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Tom, I love how you're vining that out. I can totally see that growing. I'm going to take a picture of that. Oh my goodness, it's fantastic. I know your hands are cold, huh? Can I see your vining? Oh, you might have to temporarily take off those gloves. Or you can kind of sketch it in your mind and add to it when we get back to the school.
I think I'm going to do that. Or on the bus.
All right. Oh my goodness. Let me take a picture of that. That is amazing. I love how it goes right through the traps. I can see how it's growing through there. Boy, this first 4 lobstermen, when they come back in the spring and try and get those out, they're going to be all tangled, huh?
Yeah. And then this other thing is the
Yeah, so by your picture, we can even see how much growth there is, huh? That's great.
Do you like it?
Oh, very nice. Here, let me get you. Nice. So I think that do a few more sketches and we're going to head on the bus, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more on the bus when we get on the bus. If you would like to grab keep your pencil for now in case you want to add to it. Keep everything now, and we're going to go to the bus. If you had an identification sheet, make sure you still hold on to it for now. You ready to warm up those hands?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job. I like
cold down.
how you guys